Hi, I'm the Fish Man. You know my motto, Reef Me. And today I'm going to explain to you how my 180 reef works and just show you the basics of keeping up a reef tank and stuff like that and so on. And I'm always adding on, so maybe you'll see me later with updates. Okay, this is my 180 right here. And there's the reef and the fish in there. Let's see if we can take a little closer look. Alright. That guy right there. Some people call him Dory. He is a hippo tang or / regal tang. That's what they are. That guy right there, the purple guy with a gold tail, is a high class fish. He's one of the most wanted in the hobby. I would say he's the Mercedes of fish. He's a purple tang. This yellow tang right here is the most common fish in salt water. One of the most common. I can't really say he's the most common. And that's a cleaner wrasse there. Alright, see what else we can find in here. There's a fox-faced rabbitfish. That guy right there. Now about him, his spines are poisonous, so if you went to rearrange something in your tank and he touched you, you could end up in the hospital. But with the tangs, their spines is kind of like scalpels, so they can cut you real bad. Okay. See what else we can find here. There's a convict tang. One of my first tangs I ever had. I enjoy him. Okay. There's a sailfin tang. Beautiful guy. Now, I've had all these fish a long time. If you look in the back, that's a black and white clownfish. Pretty cool. And I also have some tomato clowns in here. There he is, hosting an anemone. And there's various shrimp and stuff like that. Maybe I can get a little bit closer and show that stuff to you. Wow, I don't even think you can pick up the colors that well this close with my LED system. But here's a closer view of the tank. Anyhow, there's various coral in there. That big wavy thing, a waving hand. That little waving thing right there is a type of gonopore, is a rare one. And then down here at the bottom, we have an elegance coral. We have some frog spawns. We got a hammer coral. There's a coral beauty fish right there. It's just type of angelfish, swimming above a mushroom. And there's a toadstool. There's a finger leather. That's a corky finger. Pipe organ, candy cane coral. Over here, that's a little bit of mushrooms. That's Kenya tree. Right in there, it's pagoda cup. There's another toadstool. There's a green cabbage. There's some zonanthiids right there, which are really colorful. There's a Aussie gonopore. And look at this. This is pretty cool if I can get to it. My clownfish is trying to host that gonopore, which they're already hosting the anemone. And speaking of anemones, see, there's the female. Well, she just ran in and out of hers, which, yeah, she hosts that one. My two clowns in the back have not started hosting yet. There they go. They're little babies though. But if you look down here, I have something for them to host. I've already put it out. That's a bubble tip anemone. And right beside that, that's a torch coral. There's another kind of leather right there. And so that's basically the inside of my aquarium. Now let me show you what makes this thing run. Alright folks, I said, well, I might as well kill two birds at one stone when I do this. This is canopy right here. Here's my lights in the canopy. They're China-made LEDs, full spectrum. That's because they have every color there is under there for full of growth in your corals. Now people will argue with you about LEDs, you know, Brits Lux, Cray, 3 watt and all that, but I won't bang for my buck, and that's what I'm getting right here. And two birds with one stone, I'm going to go on and feed my fish. All these tangs love seaweed. This is seaweed clip right here. Throw it right here. And that's some food for them. Let's see if I can show you my lights. That's my lights. I doubt you can see the full spectrum. I mean, you might be able to, but that's what they are. And if you look, yes, the fish are going to town. They know it's food time. That's what they do. They eat. Okay. Something else I would like to show you. Back out of this a little bit. Can't tell with the lights open, but I'm going to close them and show you something else. Okay, in this corner you'll see a black box, and in this corner is this clear box. Those are overflows, and I don't know exactly how many gallons they're rated for, but we use them so water overflows into the back of them and down into this sump that I'm about to show you. This sump is where all the magic happens. Besides the power heads in here that makes all the stuff move around, which is hooked to a wave maker, and maybe I'll have time to explain that. Okay, I was talking about an overflow. This is the overflow right here. The water drips down right in here to this pipe, and it goes down into the sump. And I have a dual overflow. So, hold on one. And we're at the other side, and there it goes. Water's going in there, down through there into my sump. Alright, let me explain that to you. Here we go. There's my sump. Alright, this right here is what we call a DJ strip. And why I like this DJ strip is I can control everything with the push of a button. Boom, there goes the lights. I have a protein skimmer in here, full of black muck. That's what you want. It skims out protein from your water, excess food waste from fish and from food, like I said. And right in here in the middle is what we call a refugium. And I have Chaeto and some red algae in here growing. It'll remove your nitrates, make your water cleaner, and that's why I'm growing it down here with a light. You want it between 50 and 70K. I'm right at 60K on this LED light. I went all LEDs because it saves money. And I'll show you what Chaeto looks like. See? It's just, and then Chaeto is real meshy. As you can see that. And here's red algae. Right here. And that just removes bad stuff out of water. And that's why we have that. And if you look in this corner right here, that's the return pump. It returns the water back into the aquarium. And right beside the skimmer is an automatic top off. How this thing works, it's got two sensors. It's got this sensor right here, which keeps the water at that level. And if the water, if the water goes down, that's going to add some water in there. But let's say a snail gets caught up in there in the float, so it keeps adding water. Well, we have this emergency valve right here. If this goes up, then it stops pumping anyhow, where you won't flood your house, which is a good thing. Because Lord knows, I don't want to flood a house. Let me show you the other side of my stand. Ta-da! As you see, I have another DJ strip. These things are just, you can control everything with a push of a button. That's awesome to me. And right above the DJ strip, this is a wave maker. All the power heads in my tanks hooked to that, and they're on random where it changes the flow, or basically the current in the aquarium, where it's more like a live reef. Excuse me. And if you look right, let's see, right there, that's a pump. That's the pump to my automatic top off. Takes water and pumps it in there. And the reason I have this, if you look, the reason I have this cord up there so high like that, so it won't siphon back. And there's my barrel for my automatic top off. And it's used about half a barrel. I use a little over a gallon a day filled with RO. And the good thing about this whole setup here, you can dose through that using Kalkweiser, part A and B dosing, whatever you would like, to feed your corals. And I experimented a little bit with that. And basically that's my aquarium right now. Next thing I'm working on is an algae scrubber. Maybe I'll get in deep enough to get me a calcium reactor, and maybe I'll even be able to get me a reef controller one day, which will be awesome. But for right now, that's what I got. Thank you for watching.